Topic: Introduction to training. Subtopics: First, meaning and definition of training. Second, nature and scope of training. Third, objectives of training. Fourth, importance of training in HRM. Meaning and definition of training. After recruiting and placing the employees in the right place, the next step is to train and develop the human resources collected recently. It is a vital part of every employee and manager. Training and development means changing what employees know, how they work, their attitudes toward their work, or their interaction with their co-workers or supervisors. May authors have defined training as follows. First, Jack Halloran. Training is the process of transmitting and receiving information related to problem solving. Second, Mathis and Jackson. Training is a learning process whereby people learn skills, concepts, attitudes, and knowledge to aid in the achievement of goals. Third, Gary Dessler. Training is the process of teaching new employees the basic skills they need to perform their jobs. Fourth, DiCenzo and Robbins. Programs that are more present-day oriented, focuses on individuals' current jobs, enhancing specific skills and abilities to immediately perform their job, called training. Fifth, Ricky W. Griffin. Training usually refers to the teaching operational or technical employees how to do the job for which they were hired. Nature and scope of training. The scope of training depends upon the categories of employees to be trained. As we all know that training is a continuous process and not only needed for the newly selected personnel but also for the existing personnel at all levels of the organization. Professor Yoder listed the following 5 groups of employees who need continuous training. First, rank and file. For example, employees who have no administrative or supervising work. Second, supervisory employees. For example, the first-line foreman, supervisor and their immediate supervisors. Third, staff. For example, specialized personnel such as technical and professional persons attached to the line organization as advisors. Fourth, middle management. For example, all the managerial personnel holding positions between line supervisors and the top management. Fifth, top executives. For example, all executives who hold major responsibility for the overall planning and control. Objectives of training. First, increase productivity. For any company, keeping the productivity at its peak is as important as getting in new customers for business, since even a slightest of the disturbance can take the business to the brink of huge losses. Moreover, to tackle with the immensely growing competition in the target market, it is important for one to increase the productivity of its workers while reducing the cost of production of the products. So, that's where the training comes as a savior of the company. Jumps in the scenario and takes it out of the dangers bravely. Training takes the current capabilities of the workers of a brand, polishes it and makes them learn and devise new and effective methods of doing the same thing, in a repeated manner. In other words, the training, if done in a proper way, can give your business a whole new look with a much powerful base as experienced workers at its core. Second, quality improvement. Improving the quality of the product is obviously one of the main objectives of training and development, since it's not like those times when customers weren't such quality conscious. Today's customer knows what's better for him and what's not. Simply said, those old methods of some sweet talk in business won't work for much long. Because once they know the reality behind the curtains through the services and products quality, they will leave the company as it is without giving it even a second thought. Just think of it as if you and your competitor are competing for the same service with some difference in quality but at the same price. It is obvious that they will choose the one who is better at handling the task without any quality degradation. Even if your price is a little higher, then it is most likely the case that most of the customers will come to you. Third, learning time reduction. Keeping an eye on the learning capabilities of employees and providing them the help which they need can be highly beneficial in longer runs. This capability of theirs is what that determines how quickly an employee grabs the newly discovered fact and so shape the future products on this discovery. The weaker the capability, the harder it is to learn. But this scenario can also be supported by the usage of proper learning material and experienced instructors who prefer real-life experience than cramming. So, reducing the learning time is also one of the main objectives of training and development. Fourth, safety first. Safety of anyone, either he is a worker, an officer, or even a customer, is not something that can be taken lightly, especially in cases where one knows that even a minute mistake can even lead to life threats. Therefore, providing the knowledge for using the equipment in a proper way and creating the life-friendly product also belongs to one of the major objectives of training and development. The higher the employees are better at handling equipment, the better it is both for the company and for the workers. Fifth, labor turnover reduction. No business can flourish well while it is regularly turning over its workforce, since it is obvious that every new workforce will require some time to understand the type of work, its principle and safety precautions, which lead to decreased productivity. Moreover, it also diminishes the feeling of self-confidence among the workers, and this really isn't a good thing. On the contrary, training ensures that the company doesn't need to turn over its workforce again and again because it prepares the employees to face any situation which proves helpful in bringing in the feeling of workers. Therefore, the workforce feels safe and secure at a particular job. 6. Keeping yourself updated with technology. Computers and mobile phones are the miracles of the past, but the world of today is far more advanced than that. It's time for latest technologies capable of connecting the world in just a blink of an eye. Now, Earthlings are trying to reach far-off planets to get information about the life force present there. Newer technologies are rolling in and we could continue to list it down, but we haven't got time for that. Training and education to the employees keep them updated with the latest of the additions to the technologies, methods, techniques and processes, since it also opens a new gateway for them to look for a way which is greater in productivity and efficiency but decreases the need of manual work immensely. For example, spraying of pesticides and herbicides to keep the crop healthy and safe from invaders with the help of a hand pump is a lot more tiresome work than it would be with the help of a semi-automated machinery. But how can workers know that such a type of machinery is available in a market, which cuts the time needed in the matter of hours instead of days, without any update on what's going on around the globe? 7. Effective management. One of the primary objectives of training and development process is to give rise to a new and improved management which is capable of handling the planning and control without any serious problem, with the knowledge and experience gathered through training, acting as the guiding light for this newly shaped management. It lets them handle the tough decisions and confusing realities, thus opening the way for bigger and better opportunities for business for the cause of the brand. The importance of training and development in the workplace. Although there are many categories of training such as management training and or sales training, employees with project management skills are an important asset to any organization. Training presents a prime opportunity to expand the knowledge base of all employees, but many employers in the current climate find development opportunities expensive. Employees attending training sessions also miss out on work time, which may delay the completion of projects. However, despite these potential drawbacks, training and development provides both the individual and organizations as a whole with benefits that make the costing time a worthwhile investment. The return on investment from training and development of employees is really a no-brainer. So what are the benefits? First, improved employee performance. The employee who receives the necessary training is more able to perform in their job. The training will give the employee a greater understanding of their responsibilities within their role, and in turn build their confidence. This confidence will enhance their overall performance, and this can only benefit the company. Employees who are competent and on top of changing industry standards help your company hold a position as a leader and strong competitor within the industry. Second, improved employee satisfaction and morale. The investment in training that a company makes shows employees that they are valued. The training creates a supportive workplace. Employees may gain access to training they wouldn't have otherwise known about or sought out themselves. Employees who feel appreciated and challenged through training opportunities may feel more satisfaction toward their jobs. Third, addressing weaknesses. Most employees will have some weaknesses in their workplace skills. A training program allows you to strengthen those skills that each employee needs to improve. A development program brings all employees to a higher level so they all have similar skills and knowledge. This helps reduce any weak links within the company who rely heavily on others to complete basic work tasks. Providing the necessary training creates an overall knowledgeable staff with employees who can take over for one another as needed, work on teams or work independently without constant help and supervision from others. Fourth, consistency. A robust training and development program ensures that employees have a consistent experience and background knowledge. The consistency is particularly relevant for the company's basic policies and procedures. All employees need to be aware of the expectations and procedures within the company. Increased efficiencies in processes results in financial gain for the company. Fifth, increased productivity and adherence to quality standards. Productivity usually increases when a company implements training courses. Increased efficiency in processes will ensure project success, which in turn will improve the company turnover and potential market share. Sixth, increased innovation in new strategies and products. Ongoing training and upskilling of the workforce can encourage creativity. New ideas can be formed as a direct result of training and development. 7. Reduced employee turnover. Staff are more likely to feel valued if they are invested in and therefore less likely to change employers. Training and development is seen as an additional company benefit. Recruitment costs therefore go down due to staff retention. 8. Enhances company reputation and profile. Having a strong and successful training strategy helps to develop your employer brand and make your company a prime consideration for graduates and mid-career changes. Training also makes a company more attractive to potential new recruits who seek to improve their skills and the opportunities associated with those new skills. Training can be of any kind relevant to the work or responsibilities of the individual, and can be delivered by any appropriate method. For example, it could include 1. On-the-job learning, 2. Mentoring schemes, 3. In-house training, 4. Individual study. 9. Blended learning is becoming more and more popular, and as a company we have seen a definite increase in this method of training over the last year. Blended learning is the effective combination of online learning and classroom learning. Many of 2020's clients prefer their staff to learn on-site rather than attend off-site training programs, especially in industries like oil and gas where it is often very impractical to attend off-site courses. On-site learning programs like the blended learning approach allow 2020 to train more people working across a larger international footprint than just the UK. This makes it much more cost-effective and allows for greater process consistency. What does employee training and development include? First, new hire training. New hire training is used to onboard employees and get them up to speed on your company's specific operations. This usually includes HR orientation as well. Second, on-the-job training. On-the-job training either extends from new hire orientation to introduce personnel to their workplace and responsibilities or helps workers transition into a new role. Third, recurring training. Recurring training, such as annual safety training, is a program that repeats periodically to ensure personnel are up to date on business practices. How do companies create valuable training and development opportunities? Training and development can be tailored to accomplish whatever business objectives you have, whether they're narrow or wide. These are the steps that companies follow to create valuable training and development opportunities. First, start with your overall business goals and work down. All training and development strategies need to feed into your company's overall goals. Second, identify skill gaps. Identify specific skills that employees use to meet your general objectives. This can help you determine which areas are worth training. Third, survey employees and ask about their needs. Speak with employees and ask what areas they're interested in developing or about relevant skills that they'd like to improve. Use software like ProApp to keep things organized and spark conversations about potential areas for training. Fourth, benchmark against the competition. Are there areas where competitors are outperforming you? If you can determine why, you've identified an area that could benefit from employee training and development. The key to creating effective learning opportunities is to be specific about what you hope to accomplish and to understand why it's valuable. Remember that you're investing in your workers, so aim to enhance areas that are directly related to how your company performs. Why do companies need employee training and development? Companies need training and development programs to ensure workers can succeed in the short term while also equipping them to grow with the business and build their professional qualifications. There are myriad benefits associated with employee training for both the individual workers and for the company. For example, first, attracting and retaining top talent. Employee training and development will enrich your talent pool. Potential hires will see your company as not only a place where they can earn a paycheck, but a place where they can thrive and develop skills to use in the future. Even if you're in an industry where turnover is unavoidable, a training and development program can help you attract the best possible talent. Second, optimize the investment you've made in your employees. It costs money to hire workers, but high turnover isn't the only threat to that investment. You also need your employees to perform to the standards you're expecting. Use on-the-job training to prepare personnel to complete a specific task, and use employee development to help them better function as professionals. Third, a better company culture. Training and development will enrich your company culture. Workers will feel qualified and able to perform their tasks, and they'll be encouraged to stick around because they know they will continue to grow if they stay with your business. This leads to greater morale and better company loyalty, which improves your company's culture as a whole. Fourth, competitiveness and flexibility. Training and development help your enterprise internally, but it will also help you stand out in the marketplace. Talented workers who can go above and beyond to deliver products and services will help you dominate the competition and stay relevant as trends change or your business's needs fluctuate. Fifth, talent development. Training and development help workers gain a wider skill set or deeper expertise in a certain area. Even training, which is generally employed for a short-term need, instills abilities in workers that can be reapplied in the future. 6. Employee confidence. Employees who are trained are better able to perform their work. Qualified employees will feel confident and useful in their roles, which can further reduce turnover and improve morale. 9. Team communication. Employees with diverse skill sets developed through unique backgrounds and experiences are incredibly valuable. However, this means that each individual may have a different idea about the best practices for completing a project or fulfilling their responsibilities. Group training helps you get everyone on the page and gives you common ground to work with, as all employees will have learned the same things. 10th, cost savings for the company. Though creating and executing a training program costs money, it comes with the potential for an excellent return. Employees who are sufficiently trained are better able to complete their work. This means less money spent on fixing mistakes or correcting problems due to poorly trained workers who have delivered inferior products or services. What are the disadvantages in training employees? Although some type of training for employees is essential for almost any business, employers must consider the potential drawbacks or disadvantages that training employees can have on the company. Existing staff and bottom line. Companies can use a variety of ways to train employees, such as on-the-job training or classroom training, but all of them present a few problems for employers. Before you choose a training method, explore the disadvantages of training and human resource management as well as the advantages. First, cost can be prohibitive. One of the biggest potential disadvantages of training employees is the cost of the process. If you handle the training internally, it costs money because you have to pay one of your employees for training instead of doing productive work. If you use an outside trainer, you have to pay him for his time. You could send your employees to a seminar or training conference in another location, which also can represent a substantial cost for the company. Second, quality depends on the trainer's qualifications. If an employee is very talented at her job, you might think that she would make a good trainer for new employees. Unfortunately, this is not always the case. Being able to train employees is a special skill and not everyone has this ability. When it comes to using an employee to train other employees, you might move someone out of her comfort zone and she may be unable to train the new employees as you need them to be trained. On the other hand, if she's not just a talented worker, but also enthusiastic about the company and a great communicator, she may pass the interview stage. For high-level positions, you're better off hiring a corporate trainer with a bachelor or graduate degree. Third, takes time from daily operations. Another potential problem with training employees is that you may not have enough time to do so adequately. Many companies only devote a small amount of time to training new employees, and it could result in the employees not knowing everything they need to know to be successful. The trainer may have to rush through the important parts of the job and skip over some of the other tasks that also need to be understood by the employee. Fourth, helping your competition. You have to train completely inexperienced employees in order for them to do their jobs effectively, but there can be too much of a good thing if you're in a competitive field. By giving an employee intensive training, you may be doing a lot of work that will benefit one of your competitors. It's important to judge the loyalty of your staff before deciding to invest in advanced training programs. Otherwise, they may decide to look for a better offer elsewhere once they've got more valuable skills on their resume. Fifth, control of the training. When you delegate the training of new employees to a particular employee or trainer, you have to be very careful with regard to what the new employees are learning. If the trainer does not do the job as you want it to be done, your new employees might end up picking up some bad habits along the way. This could make your entire business perform at a level that is less than acceptable from your point of view, but the employees would not know it. Using traditional training methods, such as manuals or videos, may not be effective if they're dated, uninteresting, or not engaging. Consider blending updated, online interactive training models with in-person training to achieve better results, save time and cut costs. The disadvantages of external trainers. Using external trainers can be a good way to bring new skills into the workforce, and it increases the training capabilities of small businesses with no or limited internal resources. But it is not always the perfect solution. Before choosing external training, understand its disadvantages and the impact they may have on your business. First, increased training costs. External training is typically more expensive than internal training. If you send employees to a course with a training organization, you may pay a fee for each participant. Even if you get a discount for sending multiple employees, this can be expensive. But if you hire a trainer to deliver a course at your office, you have to pay his fees. If you hire him to train at an off-site location, you will also have to factor in venue rental and hiring costs. Second, additional costs and expenses. If you train employees out of the office, they can't do their regular jobs. If you train them internally, they can at least keep on top of urgent tasks before and after training and during breaks. Training a team at the same time may make sense if it gets you a discount. But that team won't be able to work while it is taking the course. This could result in labor, time, productivity, and lost opportunity costs. If a training course is not local, you may also have to pay travel, accommodation, and subsistence expenses. Third, lack of business focus. External training companies create courses to appeal to the broadest possible audience. But this approach might not suit your needs. Generic training can be useful. Training that focuses on your specific needs is better. You can work with an external trainer to customize a course, but she may not fully understand your business if she hasn't worked for you. An internal trainer could combine this general knowledge with experience in your environment, adding value to your training. Fourth, quality of training. Even if you use an established training company or hire a trainer with a good reputation, you won't know how effective the training is until you or your employees have had it. If the training itself doesn't meet your needs, you will have wasted your money. Even if the course content and materials were good, your employees may not learn as much as they should if the trainer was ineffective or lacked communication skills. Fifth, confidentiality and privacy concerns. External trainers may learn more about your business than you might like. Although they may sign confidentiality agreements, their knowledge of sensitive information about your company might not be the biggest problem. Trainers often specialize in working in selected industries and may run training for your competitors. The things they learn about your business and how you work in general might become part of their sector knowledge, giving your competition an inside view of your company.